Alright, you guys. Sorry about that. I was trying to wait for some of this noise to go down, but blessings to everyone. I'm just going to get right into it because there's a lot of carrying on, and it's getting dark anyway. But, I'm just, responding to a video, that I watched. And I do watch other content creators, and, you know, they cover things that I don't, but I like their content. But sometimes some of them have something that, like, catch my attention, and I'm just, like, really scratching my head, like, how does that work? How make it make sense? Like, it was so, this is so damn backwards that all I can do is place it under the narc category. But let's get it. So it was a video about some guys crashing out, and they was crashing out about women, you know, their pros and their cons, you know, things that they don't like about women, or the type of women they don't want, and then the things that they do want, and the type of woman they do want, I guess, or whatever. But some of the things that was on their list was like, things like, number one was like body count, like, they don't want a woman with a high body count, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. That's your preference. That's okay. Although, you know, they probably don't even know their body count. But anyway, let's get it. And then some of them was like, they want a child-free woman. And some, like, you know, they didn't care as long as it wasn't so many kids. So I understand that. Then some of them was like, I don't want a woman that already have been married and blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, a divorced. I don't want a divorced woman. Okay. All right. And then they got into, like, you know, they don't like makeup and, you know, weaves and wigs and nails and all of that and things like that. And it's like, okay, you named all the things you don't want, but then when they started naming the things that they did want, and I don't want to have to list it all out, just track wife things, track girlfriend things, if that's a thing, you know, taking care of them and this and that. Maybe 50-50, maybe not paying nothing at all. But they did not exclude that they still have to go out there and be looking for something else. So basically, you're a trad wife placeholder until they feel like, you know, they need something else. Because a lot of them, that's what they were saying in the video. So I'm listening and everything. And I'm like, okay, so how does this work, sir? How does this work? Okay, so, and then it was more graphic stuff, but I don't talk like that. That they, you know, they're saying this, and the other stuff was like videos, snacks videos that, you know, they might got out there, whatever. But I don't think these women are putting that out on their own. That's usually be like revenge porn and things like that. Something evil that a man had did because he's mad she's gone or got rejected or whatever. And, you know, no excuses for her if she did it knowingly. But some of them didn't even know it was being done. So that one they threw out there was just like a hit below the belt, you know. Because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, the stuff that y'all do, that's why, you know, when they crashed out on about the T-App and tried to make their own, that's the first thing that they went out and did, was try to put out corn. And they got it, you know, they got it dropped. But that's here or there. Let's keep going. So I'm thinking, how does this work? How does this work? Because, not only how does this work, who y'all hunching on then? Who y'all hunching on then? Because if you don't want a woman with a high body count and all the things that you listed, and which is majority of the women, unless they're a virgin, which is majority of the women, but then that's when them pedos go after those young girls, you know, trying to find a virgin. But a lot of these, you know, high schoolers, they not like that. It ain't like that. You wouldn't even like that when you was in high school. So that's here or there. Either it's like a 50-50 on that one. Anyway, so I'm thinking, like, how does this work? Because of all the things that you don't want, and every woman that you meet gonna have 1 or 2 or 3 things on that list. So she's, you know, she swiped to the left. Okay. But then again, who y'all hunching on? Who y'all hunching on? If women went by the rules and the things that you guys are saying, then nobody will be hunching, because they don't want to have a high body count or a lot of kids and all the things that you guys had listed. But then what happens is, when they go and they're trying to, get at someone or whatever, and they get rejected, the first thing that they do, it turns into abuse. They start abusing and verbal abusing, sometimes even physically abusing the woman they just met, because they got turned down. But I would have been like, oh, yeah, I don't think that's going to work, because I don't want to have a high body count. Use their own ish against them. Because the only reason why they're coming at you is just so they can be another body on your count. Ain't nobody got time for that. Use that. Like, nah, I'm good. I just don't want to have a high body count. And watch they still crash out or try to gaslight you or whatever about what you just said. But it doesn't make sense. That's why I put this under the narcissist category, because it's like, what do you want? How does this go? You know what I mean? That's why in my last video, when they were talking about they got the AI human women's dolls for the men, that's what they need then. That's what they need then, because they can program it to do and say whatever they want to do and want it to do, say. But they're trying to program us like AI, but we're human beings. From what I saw from the video, I'm just reacting to the video. It just didn't make no sense. It kind of reminds me the passport bros. Some of it worked for some of them, especially the ones that had the money like that, so they were able to go over there, boo up someone, marry them, and bring them over here, marry them, and isolate them, give them kids. And now these women have no money, and they gotta go through this abuse. I know y'all saw a lot of those videos, especially that last clown, when she just had enough and she was like, she's gonna get back to her country. But that's what they do, and they think these women are stupid because they come from a poor country or something like that, or they think they're just stupid because they don't think these people are up on game like America. So they go over there and do the typical thing like a narcissist, move you far away to abuse you and don't provide you anything for you to get away. That's kind of what this video with these guys is like. Oh, they want you to, be obedient and submissive and listen to everything that they say and control you, whether they isolate you or not. But you're isolated from life. You're isolated from yourself. You isolated from your identity, and you're becoming something that they want you to be. And to me, that's isolation. They want to bring you in a cuckoo, crazy, delusional ass world with these unreasonable demands and think that it's okay. And for so many to be on board with the same concept just blew me back. Like, how does this work, sirs? How does this work? Who are y'all hunting? And half the time, it don't even really matter, because they want placeholders, and some of them want beards, because they really over there with Tyrone and them. So they don't even really want you, but you have to be there. They want you to be a part of their lives, just to be there to pick up the pieces or cover or hide whatever they don't want to do, or they don't want anyone to know. So whatever they don't want to do, like work, cook, clean, whatever, that's what you're supposed to be there for. And whatever they want to do, like being, DLing over there, or side piece in here and side piece in there and side baby in there, that's the body counts. You're thinking it's just you and them. They're out there raising up other body counts and bringing in other side babies and things like that. The same thing that they're saying that they don't want in a woman, they're going out there doing it. So make it make sense. How does this work? Like, how does this work? Like, they just can't stick to their own thing. Like, if they want to be with one person, or they want to be married, they want to be over there in the closet, that's fine. That's fine. But can they just stick to one thing without making the numbers go up on this list that they made? And this list continues and continues and continues because of them. But then they go to say they don't want that. I don't get it. If that's not a hypocrite, I don't know what is. If that's not narcissism, I don't know what that is. If that's not entitlement and princess treatment, no king baby treatment, I don't know what it is. Make it make sense. And you guys got to excuse me between working and, yelling at these kids all day, but also having to do my online classes. I just been like tired and just getting through the day, but I did want to come up in here and do this video. I probably didn't cover everything that I really wanted to say, but I gotta go. But I'm telling you right now, when they try to come at you and you reject them, when they be like, oh yeah, let me get your number, or blah 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 blah, can we go out or whatever? Because they never ask you first, are you married or do you have a man? You got a few that do. That they just immediately go and start asking for your information, like your name, and then right to your number or some way to connect with you, not knowing what's going on in your life, not knowing what you want. So instead of just going into the, oh, I'm married, blah, 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 just say, no, I don't want to have a high body count, and keep it moving. They're going to still talk trash. Oh, that's because you already do. Okay, if I already do, you won't be part of it. You won't raise it one more. You won't be the next one. Bringing in all that toxic, nasty, disgusting soul ties. I don't need that. You can even say that. No, I don't need any more soul ties. Sometimes the truth is real, yo. Sometimes the truth is real. Because that's what I be thinking. I be thinking like, nah, I don't need nobody else's soul ties. No, I don't need nobody else's drama. No, I don't need nobody else's problems. No, I don't need nobody come looking for me because you already knew you had somebody over there. No, I don't want to be no side chick. No, I don't want to even be the main chick. I don't want to be anything. We don't just go up and harass them like that. And if women did, they'll always say they're available. If a woman walked up to a man and said, hey, baby, what's your name? Let me get your number. It would never fail. Even if he didn't like her. Because most of the time, the women that they go after or the women that they marry are the ones that they actually don't like. And them women find out later on real quick. It's later on, but it's real quick. They're not going to go for the ones that they really, 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 really want. Because they're either scared or they know they don't qualify. And they know those type of women ain't going to stay with them. That's what it is. So they go get the ones that, love bomb them and everything. And thinking that this is real, but the whole entire time she's just a placeholder. Or she's not just a placeholder. She's going to be a life placeholder. But he's just going to be out there doing this other thing. Like I said, going out there making them side babies and raising up people's body count. I got to go. I'm glad this one came out better. I just had to redo it because that noise in the background was just way too much. And I still got like a couple of more classes I got to do online. I want to finish them tonight and print out my certificates because I'm tired. With that being said, God bless you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.